down, we're here. We're here. I'll just jump Cannata. Welcome to the FCS show, formerly known as Not in This House, formerly known as Can't Wait, formerly known as In My Bag I Have a Pair, formerly known as Ray Wears Hats, formerly known as the Macuga Lorian, formerly known as all right, I'm out of it.
Really good run. All of those are better than Hello Nut. I feel like I really missed something last week, didn't I? I'm like, what happened on this show?
Oh, that's right. You weren't even here last week.
I was not.
You missed that one.
Apparently.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the FCF show. Today it's called Hello Nut because last week, Ray, we had Peanut, aka Matthew McMillan, on the show, and Ray just goes, "What up, nut?" And then he was like, "Hello, nut." Like, he was really going for it. It was hilarious.
Amazing.
I'm Josh, 1M1C Macuga. Patrick Dees is in the house, the Ginger Ninja, the founder himself, and of course, the shredded man, the former cornerback safety at the University of Tennessee, 208 pounds of pure lean muscle, Ray Austin, the commissioner. Gentlemen.
Did you just say the Ginger Ninja?
the Ginger Ninja.
I've never heard that.
That's a Conan O'Brien ripoff right there.
Hold on, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to add that to my LinkedIn profile. Hold on.
Yep.
So good.
Good to see everybody in chat. I saw somebody.
Chat's chat's been kind of live. We got up there early. Like, is this a thing still? Are we really still watching this? I'm like, what the fuck? Shut up.
Yeah. We are. We're still watching it. We are still waiting on some news for the FCF. But the two men in front of me right now are the men that control that news. And the news is when it comes in, it is going to come in hot. So stay tuned. People like Broccoli and Javion 8. Is this now a talk show? It started as a talk show leading up to a season of football. And when the football is over, as you know, talking heads talk about stuff. And so that's what we're here for. We're here just for you.
But we'll be breaking news this month. I mean, the plan is still toward the end of this month. I think we're probably 2 weeks out. We talked a little bit about it on the what was the name of the show we did last night, Ray?
I forgot.
I'm spacing. Porto in the chat, if you could drop that in. I'm spacing it off the top of my head. But we talked a little bit about it last night. So there is a big group of news. Again, we're going to be outlining kind of the future of fan control of football, right? So venue, dates, times, format, some additional changes, the number of expansion teams, who those owners are. That's all still coming. Yep. But ahead of that, because that didn't make sense in any way, shape, or form to break one of those pieces every single week. So that's all coming when all those dominoes are lined up. And then toward the end of this week, we've got an announcement. At the end of this month, we've got an announcement that is a specific partnership announcement or two that will, I think, really put us in a whole different stratosphere. I think we are. Yeah. We saw millions and millions of people tune into this to the first season. I mean, 14 million people saw football, fan control football, and I still feel like it's an underground club. I talked to a buddy of mine in Phoenix this week who literally saw like a Wild Aces People's Champion shirt in the wild, and he's like, they just gave each other the look, like when you know. So I still feel like we're this underground club. Toward the end of this month, we've got an announcement that will change the stratosphere and make sure that a lot more people know about who we are. You can read between some lines there, but.
It's like Ted Lasso. It's like Ted Lasso. When you watch it, you know. And people like, everybody talks about Ted Lasso. I don't know. Just watch it. Just watch the damn show.
I was one of those guys. I wrote that off. I thought it was like one of those like, okay, I get it. Fish out of water stories. Yep. Okay, cool. And then really regretted not jumping on that train until later.
And tonight, Kyle _Prod says, anyone who's going to watch the NFL Hall of Fame game or the CFL later tonight, Steelers v. Cowboys tonight in the Hall of Fame game. Raymond, your former teammate, one Peyton Manning, enters the Hall of Fame this weekend, my friend.
He does. He does. They got a nice little get together they're doing for him. So I think I'm gonna make my way down there to see my buddy. I haven't seen him in a long time. It's been a while.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to get as many commercials as he's done. So
that's tough.
It's kind of tough.
Tough.
Have you seen the Oreo commercial when it's the two Manning brothers lick Oreos?
Yes.
It's one of the most unsettling commercials that I've ever seen.
It really is.
It's not okay.
He's good though, man. He's great. I mean, I would have never. I mean, yeah, he was a really good teammate, and he was funny. He was that locker room guy. But to see how he's doing his commercials is awesome. This is really cool.
So I don't know if I ever told you guys this. And first, before we get into our banter here, at 3:20, I believe, let me look at this rundown that the amazing Banana Lise, aka Banana Leche, aka Annalise, put together. 3:20, we're going to bring back Ray versus Grant. In what we're calling hot takes and water breaks. Hot takes.
You know what?
Takes, water breaks.
I need to start going to these show huddles. So figure out what the hell we're doing.
You're good.
We're gonna set some ground rules this time. We've got a point system lined up, Ray. Last week was more of 1.0. This week is 2.0.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
My father-in-law is a judge, so I consider myself a judge. Okay.
Yeah, and,
sure. You're judging?
I'm judging. The fans are also judging. There will be fan polls voting on the winner. We'll see what Grant arrives in dressed as today. Dees also my co-judge. I'll call him my bailiff. Maybe my night court, my bull in night court.
Yes. That was good pull.
Good night court's a classic.
Good pull.
And then at 3:30, huge guest got called in to throw some footballs for the Minnesota Vikings. The one and only Jerdy dude himself, Jackson Erdman.
Come on,
man.
And then at 3:40, legend Matt Benson coming in for trivia. He's going to play at 3:40. He's going to play. Is Benson or Batson? I thought it was Batson. Batson. That's what I thought. Batson playing Ray in trivia. And not to spoil anything, but also I put this challenge to Ray this morning. Ray and his lovely wife will be appearing on Joshperty at some point soon. We're in contract negotiations.
I ain't seen the money yet. I'm still tied up. You gotta come on, man. I'm bringing 2 Austins. It's double A. It's Austin versus Austin. This is like the Pearl in Manila, man.
The real Stone Cold. So we've got trivia, Ray versus Matt Batson in trivia, and we're gonna talk to Matt Batson briefly too, because he was a hell of a fan all during last season, and
came to the games, made the Glacier Boys tears video, from the jump, just one hell of a Wild Aces fan.
100%. And I'm being told by our boy Jiggaman Porto that the show you were on was the Rick T podcast.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, it was right there.
Sorry,
Rick T.
My bad.
Great
My
dudes.
Bad.
Great dudes.
Check out that was great. That was great last night.
Yeah.
So huge show today. Really, listen, we are the companion show to the FCF, right? The only football in the world where you can call the plays. Okay, so we want to hear from you guys in chat. I got called out last week. Do they even look at the chat? Yes, we look at the chat. Sorry for yelling. I didn't mean to yell at you, but yes, we look at the chat. We're working on all kinds of fun stuff behind the scenes, and we are putting together what some are calling. I mean, I was talking to Musburger last night, and he was like, "Holy cow, FCF coming in hot!" And then Bob Costas called me, Jim Nance, like everybody is, and they're calling this what could be the greatest second season of a sport all time. So
we're there, creating history.
Exactly.
I would, I know the chat seemed pretty lively before we jumped on. Would be curious to see what else that they're looking for. We're putting together this fan-run content creation platform that Matt may or not have something to do with. We'll talk to him a little bit later about that. But curious to see what kind of content, what types of things around fandom in general that you'd be interested in seeing. If it's not just us talking about Cobra Kai.
Yeah, well.
Which, by the way, you guys, that's another show I slept on, by the way.
It's good, isn't it?
It's good.
Dude, it's so well. It's better than it has any right to be. I thought it was going to be one of these shows where they just weaponized nostalgia, right? They're like, oh, I get it. Crane kicks everywhere. Oh, I get it. Wax on, wax on. So much restraint. I'm almost at the end of the 3rd season. And it's like, yes, they reference that stuff, but it's way more about cycles and about those formative years and trauma. And it's way better than it has any right to be.
It's way deeper than if you really look into it, you're like, man, this is pretty cool. Yeah.
Cycles of violence and trauma dude, just fantastic show. So really, really good.
And then, YouTube had no idea what they were doing with their original programming. And thank goodness Netflix picked that bad boy up, because
you can you can see the very moment it's on Netflix, because it looks like $1 million, but then the kids actually know karate. Like in that first season, they're like I do better karate than the kids did in the first season. It's very good.
I want to give a shout out to Jack Dees, who probably does better karate than half the cast that are mid-20s in season 2. We had when I was at Collider, like I was obsessed with Karate Kid as a kid. I did the whole in review with Kind of Funny, all the Karate Kids.
Oh, cool.
And then all the Cobra Kais and all that kind of stuff. And so we had the producers, we had Ralph Macchio on Collider, we had Mary Mouser, who plays his daughter. We had like 4 or 5 main members of the cast. Unfortunately, Billy Zabka did not come in. He is he's a bit of a recluse. He doesn't like he likes doing his stuff, and then he goes back to his family. Totally get it, whatever. So I've been like
his ass off in that show, by the way.
Sorry,
I didn't interrupt.
No, but sorry that it's a shame that he hasn't been nominated for an Emmy or a Golden Globe or whatever award that they should give him, because he's the best actor in the show.
Well, to be off screen for so long, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that to me is like you have to, as an actor, you have to, you know how it is. You got to be in front of that camera, getting those reps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
him being gone from Hollywood for so long and coming on and killing it like he is, man. It's so good. Him and Ralph Macchio. I think both of them. I mean, it's
totally
great.
And you would think like Ralph Macchio, his acting is fine, but he's cheesy, and it's okay because it works.
Well, he's always been cheesy though.
Exactly.
It was always that way.
Yes.
And how perfect though is the car salesman for that level of cheese, right? Like it's so well cast and so well written. You just expect that out of a guy who's hawking cars for a living. So good.
My dad, who's a car salesman, and he would do local commercials during like holiday times or whatever. And you'd always see John Macuga and be like, "Hi, this is John Macuga from Falcone's Moon Township. I hope you and your family have a wonderful holiday season from all of us here at Falcone's Moon Township." And it would go away, and it'd be like 1:30 in the morning, and my buddy would go like, "Yo, dude, your dad is on TV. It was amazing. Oh shit!" Like it was the best, right? Freddie Ehrman was on show name Levels of Cheese. But so my dad's watching Cobra Kai with me because we love Karate Kid, and my dad was like, why does he have to be a car salesman? Why is it always the cheesy guy is a car salesman every time? Like he is not psyched about it.
With bonsai trees and kicking the competition.
100%.
I want to show you guys this. I don't know if this is going to play in the. I was just sent this as somebody, Mr. John Brostrom, updated his contact information for me in real time. So it's catching on.
Yes.
It's catching on. Hey, John.
And you did just show your phone number to the entire chat. So
I sure did.
Whoops-a-daisy. That's going to have to get changed.
Yeah, talk about getting reps.
Oh, man.
Smooth.
Yikes.
Yep.
I will not
take 1 week off. Take 1 week off.
I'm very liberal with that block button.
Here's what happened. What's his name? Pennsylvania. Carson Wentz hurt his foot. In comes Dees. He first 3 passes, straight interceptions. He's like, you know what, guys? That's it. I didn't need to do that. Show name, mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
It's better than Hello Nut.
Nut. Yep. And the way Ray said it was just so good. I feel like at this point, Cobra Kai, and if we're going to go back to a sports movie, is like Scott Bakula coming in to start for North Texas State in Necessary Roughness, right? Like that an underrated sports performance is Scott Bakula in Necessary Roughness.
It's on my wall of shame. I've never seen it. It's one of those movies that I always like. If I'm at a party and somebody's like, you know that thing in Necessary Roughness, I just kind of nod, but then don't admit that I haven't seen it. Like I'm like, oh yeah.
That was me for every Game of Thrones analogy. I was like, yeah, man, winter is coming, bro.
Yeah, dude, that's what I say about The Wire. The people talk about The Wire, and I'm like, Omar's a bad man. I've never seen that show. And people just nod. Everybody agrees because apparently he is. I don't know. Yeah,
guys, I had to host a TV talk show on Collider for like almost 3 years. And every time somebody would bring up 6 Feet Under, I was like, oh, yeah, dude, great series finale. Never seen an episode. Never seen an episode.
You get by with enough like cultural osmosis. Harry Potter is also this weird cultural touchstone that I just don't know. But I know enough to talk about Muggles and Quidditch and a Sorting Hat and Ravenclaw, and people are like, "Oh, okay, that guy's got it." I don't know what any of those things are.
But you can get into it, Dees, when Jack gets into it. That's when you can get.
You're right. You're right.
What's the other one? The Rings.
Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings. Never seen it.
Oh, never. You got another chance. You got another at bat. Amazon's doing a whole what's that $250 million first season of the show.
I truly hope it's worth it because I fucked up and watched the last season of Game of Thrones. Was like, what? Why just wasted my entire life?
Yeah.
You watched just the last season?
No. Everyone was saying like, don't watch the last season. I was like, I got to do it. Let's see it, and it was so stupid.
You need that closure.
It was,
you need it no matter how bad it is. You need the closure, even if it sucks. It's better than not knowing.
We used to do this bit again on TV Talk where I would watch a series finale of a show that I've never watched, like The Good Wife or West Wing, and I was like, I started with The Good Wife, so she's a lawyer, because I'd never seen an episode of the show. It'd be like me watching the series finale of Grey's Anatomy. So it's in a hospital.
Okay, yeah, right. Her name is Grey.
Oh, yes. Got it. The first time I saw the actual Grey's Anatomy book, because you guys know that's like the Bible for doctors, right? It's called Grey's Anatomy. It's like this.
Never knew that.
It's this thick. It's like huge. It's a huge book. And every doctor basically has to memorize it in med school, right? So that's why it's called Grey's Anatomy. So my buddy was in med school, and I see this Grey's Anatomy book, and I was like, "Why do you have the scripts for Grey's Anatomy in like a book form?" And he was like, "What? What are you talking about?" It's like this book. He's like, "That's a medical Bible," and I was like, "Oh no! Oh, I get it now." That's what you got a dumb actor that just knows things about yeah. So we got Grant coming in here in about 3 minutes.
We're terrified with what he's going to show up as. I'm very worried about Grant.
Was that so? Those glasses were the Deion Sanders glasses, right? And he had the cap, right?
Yeah.
And he had the cap.
That was Florida State, so it was kind of weird. So
yeah, because I didn't think Deion played for Miami.
No, he went to Florida State. Yeah.
Right. Those Florida teams back in the day, Florida State, and Miami. Holy shit, was that the hotbed?
That state was on fire back then. It was either them or Texas back then. I would say. Texas was really good back then.
Dees,
it's such a Miami thing to do, to claim that Deion went there, or at least pretend. It's just like you was 6 feet under, you know?
Yes. Oh, 100%. Great series finale.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Sorry. No, but I because you grew up in Utah. Who would your college team be? Were you a big college football guy?
I did not grow up in Utah. Everybody believes that because I grew up Mormon. They're like, Utah boy.
I was like, when did you grow up in Utah?
I'll double down. We had the Salt Lake Scream Eagles, which, by the way, walking into a 7-Eleven with Ray at 11:30, and everybody in there is white, and it was like a record scratch. They look at Ray and it's all, and they're looking. I'm like, it's okay, he's with me. It was fine. Ray's like, oh, you people.
It was one of those people.
I could have sworn that you told me that you grew up in Utah.
Well, so this is a weird, interesting fun fact. So no, I have got a bunch of family there because my great grandfather is Brigham Young, at Brigham Young University. So Mr. Brostrom, the guy that just texted me, says that I'm Mormon royalty. But so I spent a lot of time in Utah, but
okay,
never lived
got
there.
it. All right.
But it would have been BYU and Utah State.
Okay, got it. I mean, see, but now I'm even more confused. Yeah. right? Like
it was Utah State. Yeah. You went to it was Utah State, right?
No, I went to Arizona. So I grew up in Tucson.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew you grew up in Arizona.
Tucson, Arizona. Yep. Spent some time in Phoenix, and then been out in LA since.
I was just there. Gorgeous part of the country. Because here's the thing: when I was a kid, right, I was Catholic, so every Catholic has to root for Notre Dame. It's like the priest on Sundays is like, "Did you guys see the score? Way to go, Notre Dame!" And I'm like, "Am I supposed?" And then I liked the gold helmet, so I rooted for Notre Dame, right?
Sure.
And those Catholics versus convict games in the '80s, when I was like 6 or 7 or 8 years old, were like my formative college memories.
Yeah.
Of college football. Yeah, Lou Holtz, Jimmy Johnson. Tony Rice, Rahib Ishmael.
Tony Rice, the Rocket. Those were some amazing games back then. Everybody grew up on those. That was traditional football back then, man. That's
right.
Love it. Yeah.
And those, I can remember my dad and his best buddies, because we lived in one of those Ryan Home kind of neighborhoods where every house was owned by like a dad in his early 40s, and they were all drinking Budweiser and all drinking during those Catholics versus Convicts games, and you had the kids in the living room watching them as well. And it was like you look back on it now, and like you'd be getting your dad beers from the fridge and like tasting them at 8. I'm like, am I the convict? Am I the Catholic? Like, I don't really know, but because so when he showed up in all that Miami gear, it like took me all the way back. So anyway, go ahead.
Well, no, I think we're seconds away from him seeing what the man shows up with at this point.
I know. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. We're going to bring Grant in. We're going to give the rules of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, he appeared last week as the actual Miami Hurricane. The actual Miami Hurricane. He in a strange turn of events didn't win. We didn't think he would win. And this week he's here for redemption against his rival and brother from another mother, Ray Austin. Ladies and gentlemen, Grant Cohen.
Grant.
Wow. Understated, still in his
too basic?
Yeah.
I sadly I have.
Well, Grant's Wi-Fi. You can see Grant's Wi-Fi.
Sadly.
Grant,
hello.
I'm going to destroy him today.
You're gonna, it's over. I think he's just gonna time out every answer.
I'm going to destroy you.
All right.
I give up. StreamYard sucks. I don't know why we use this shit. It's terrible. In our normal broadcast, we don't use it. We use Zoom. Why the fuck do we use it here? It doesn't make any sense to me. Someone has to explain that one day.
Well, listen, I was the one that recommended the program because so you know what? I don't take it personally. I don't own the company, so I didn't invest in it or anything. But just like as per usual, when Grant comes in, he usually takes a shot at me unintentionally, and as the head judge here on hot takes and water breaks, Grant already in the hole. -1.
Well, last week I was nice to you. Ray was a dick, and you gave him the win. So I'm I'm trying. I
mixing
get
up the strategy.
I think you like the chase. That's what I think is happening here.
Classic Miami guy coming at me. Okay, here's how this is going to work. Each one of you is going to get 60 seconds up top. Okay, I'm going to give you
to answer the question.
Your topic here. I'm going to go off the screen. Dees is going to go off the screen. Off screen, I'm going to be giving arbitrary points to the person talking. At the end of each round, the fan will vote. Dees and I will talk about how we thought you did. We'll come back together as a group. 60 seconds for each of you, then 30 seconds apiece for rebuttal, and then a 10-second closing statement, argument, whatever you want to call it. Okay?
Oh, okay.
I don't
love this.
Okay, so here's how this is going to go. Your first topic, and we will start with Ray. Ray gets the first 60 seconds, and then we'll flip it on the next one. Okay. Question 1, round 1, here we go. Would you rather have the most medals in the Olympics, like the USA right now, or the most gold medals in the Olympics? We start with Ray. I'm going to stop my camera. Ray, you get 60 seconds starting now.
Look, in the Olympics, it goes by how many medals you have, but I ran track in high school, so I remember, and we won the state championship. So I ran 4 races, the 4x1 and 4x4, and both the hurdles, and I had 4 golds, and I felt like a rapper. So like I think that's where I think who wouldn't all just want all bling. I don't know about, a lot of medals is cool, but I would love to say I've got 4 smacks out here. What you working with? You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion.
Okay.
What a trip down memory lane.
They're really trip. All right.
Fantastic.
Ray ends his 60
I've been there with 4 gold, so go ahead.
Yes, yeah.
Ray ends his 60 seconds early.
Oklahoma, 1975 Oklahoma State High School Track Championship. Not exactly the Olympics, but we'll take it.
All right. Go ahead, Grant, your 60 seconds now on the clock.
Yeah, so I will say I am historically very much a second place is the first loser kind of guy. Like I normally would agree with it. And in fact, I'd even say going to this Olympics I did. But I've sort of changed my tune. Maybe I'm getting soft in my old age and having kids. And, nowadays every kid gets a fucking participation trophy, which I'm not a big fan of. But I think if you spend your whole life training and trying, and the Olympics are specifically designed where there are 3 awards, right? It's not like the NBA or Super Bowl or FCF where like we set the whole thing up so there's 1 winner. Like they're intentionally designed so there's 3 fucking winners. Now, 4th place, 5th place, like if you're gonna come in 4th, you might as well come in 50th, right? Like that shit's meaningless. But they very clearly have like an important power ranking for the top 3. Not unlike like maybe an FCF leaderboard, right? Like if you're not the number 1 fan, you could earn a lot by being somewhere in a higher slot. So I do think that normally I would agree with you, but the Olympics, like it's literally designed to be about how many medals, gold, silver, bronze. With that said, what I think they should do is they should weight it. So like the overall country that wins, it shouldn't be the one with the most gold. It should be the one with the most total medals. It should be like you get 3 points for a gold, 2 points for a silver, 1 point for a bronze, like Stableford scoring, they call it in golf. So that you could still have like a competition about who the winning country is based on this weighted system. So you're still giving some love to the gold's still worth more, but you give some to the silver and bronze.
Okay. All right. So after 60 seconds apiece here, and I appreciate both arguments, arbitrarily 8 points for Grant and 5 points for Ray. 5 points for Ray. Ray, you get 30 seconds of a rebuttal to Grant's participation league's Stableford Olympic scoring system.
I like.
So he's the silver.
I like his scoring system, but if you're going to do it by weight, then let's weigh it by how much things cost. So you can have all that over there, but if I've got 4 golds, how much is 4 golds worth than all the other medals that you have? So if we counted up all of our worth of medals, you can have all the silvers and all the bronzes. But if I've got 22 golds, what we did was worth this amount of money. And that's, I mean, I'd rather be on that side if you're going to take that route. But to be honest, I'm saying I work 4 years of my life, and I'm never going to do this ever again. I want to be number 1. Well, absolutely.
All right. Okay. All right. 3 arbitrary points tied 8-8. Grant, go ahead. 30 seconds.
Hold on.
I'm timing it up there in the clock. Go ahead.
Can I ask am I allowed to ask questions?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yes. All right. Do you mean like literally the value of gold versus silver and bronze, like the actual money?
Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't think that's it. Something tells me the medals aren't made each exclusively fully of gold, silver, and bronze. Maybe they fucking are, but that doesn't seem possible. So I don't think that physically weighing the gold and then like the value of gold in the given day. I think we're trying to get off the gold standard, adopt the fan token, and get with it. Go buy you an NFT, get yourself one of those apes that's smiling that Sorok was talking about, and get off the gold standard. But I think we're saying sort of the same thing. I just don't know that I would tie it to the monetary value of the medal that the awards are plated in. But I mean, I guess you could weight it differently. I think the key is there should be an opening for everyone. And I think the important part is that like, I don't believe unless you're the absolute number 1 favorite in a certain sport, you're Usain Bolt in the 100 meter when he was at his prime. Like unless you're that or Michael Phelps, I'm pretty sure most of these people come in and are like if they leave out of a fucking bronze or a silver, like it's a really big fucking deal in their lives. So I think the idea, like it's easy for us to be like, oh, I only want the gold. But like, I don't think that's how you'd actually be if you came home from the Olympics and were like, I got fucking 2 silvers and a bronze. Like, I think you'd be pretty goddamn excited about it.
Okay, I'm going to give Grant 1 point on that argument because most of his was just talking about an NFT and talking about the gold standard. But listen, Ray, your closing arguments, 10 seconds, and Grant, your closing. Go ahead.
I hear what you say, but being an actual athlete, one of the ones on the video, you train and run, you prepare to win, to be a winner. And one of the greatest examples is the 300 guy that won the 300s. He was not the favorite, and he won.
2-1. Okay, there you go. Grant, 10 seconds.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck a guy who wasn't the favorite winning has to do with whether or not you'd be happy with the bronze. That's like literally the opposite of that mentality. So I think the problem is they literally build a podium with 3 steps on it.
2.
It's designed for 3 winners. That's the entire point of the Olympics since 1,000 years ago. That's how it works.
All right, let's. I'm going to bring my cam back here. Dees, why don't you come on back in?
I thought we got a 10-second rebuttal. I thought it was like a 10
You did. That was your 10 seconds.
That was it. Yeah, not another one.
That was it.
Really, you got the gold, silver, and bronze. You got the 60 seconds, the 30 seconds, the 10 seconds. It feels like it's pretty
I feel like a MacGruber statement is in here. Like, Grant, we get your point. Maybe use a little less F word in here. You know what I mean? For the people watching at home, maybe a few less Fs. We do have to at some point get this on a national television.
All three of them didn't seem to mind, so I think.
And you know what he just said, and that was so good. He said gold, silver, bronze based off the time, and I wanted to go one more time and say something. That was fourth place, and I didn't get to go. I had a minute, which was a gold. I wanted to talk a little bit more. So which one would you want to have, the 10-second bronze or a minute to prove your point? But go ahead.
You still wanted the 10 seconds.
Boom! I won.
Can we put that poll up? Can we put that poll up? I need to. Dees, can
what's the poll?
Well, we can put the poll. Poll is up. Jacob says the poll is up. So here's my argument. Dees, why don't you go ahead and take this? Tell me what you think of this.
I don't even know what I just witnessed. It was unbelievable. It was a bunch of incoherent ranting. And it's really funny for me, having known Grant for years, to hear him argue that second place is fine, because he's always a grab a gold or go home. It's unbelievable. So I thought based on coherency, I got to give it to Grant for the most part. Right?
Okay. Yep.
Ray's never going to forgive me.
Here's the thing. When I think maybe what Ray meant with like the gold standard and gold being worth more is these Olympians don't make a lot of money. My buddy was an Olympic swimmer for 3 straight Olympics, made no money, right? If you win an Olympic gold medal in Singapore, you get $1 million. Okay. But granted, they don't win many gold medals, where in the United States, they win a lot more. They should be getting paid for their effort, in my opinion. Now, if they happen to win gold and they're a huge favorite, like a Simone Biles or a Sydney McLaughlin or a Katie Ledecky, those people are making tons of money on endorsements. It's the people that get silver and bronze that miss out on those endorsements, I personally think. So if I was going to go with anybody, and via my arbitrary points, however, Grant did win 13-11 via the me and Dees arbitrary point system backstage. Now, currently, in the poll,
Grant won.
Grant won.
So Ray, so the question is, Ray, do you want your silver medal or not? I can throw that thing in the bushes right now. Do you want it or not?
Wow. It's hot. It's coming in hot.
That's why you want the first gold, because you can talk shit.
Yeah.
But I'll take the silver medal. There you go. See?
Okay.
There it is.
So we're having a little bit of technical difficulties behind the stage here for the clock. So I'm going to be keeping an arbitrary. I'm going to watch the timer up there on the screen. So we're going to go to round 2. Grant's up 1-0. Round 2 here. Round 2. We'll start with Grant. 60 seconds. Round 2. You just won your sport at the Olympics. Are you wearing your medal everywhere, or are you keeping it under lock and key? Grant, 60 seconds starts now.
Did I win a gold?
No, you won a
Because Ray says they're worth a ton more money. So that changes the math, the calculus on this, as Patrick likes to say, on what I do with it. I think you wear it for like while you're in the Olympic Village in those first couple days, but then I think you just look cheesy after. Like, I get it, you won an Olympic medal, that's awesome. That's, life accomplishment. You should bring it out occasionally, dangle it out, remind people, but I don't think you can rock it all the time. Otherwise, it's like, all right, bro, time for something new. Come on.
Okay. All right, Ray, you get 60 seconds, my dude.
Does he know how many rappers rock gold medals and chains all day long? Listen, I have worked my entire life, 4 years before I'm ever seen again. Some of these people, let's just be quite frank, will never be on TV forever, ever. And they were on the mat. They were on a showcase in front of the entire world. So after I'm done, you're not going to, if you don't remember my name, Ray Austin, you probably going to see this when I go places. I might just walk around like that. What is it? What? Oh, no, this ain't out. There would be nothing else out. There would be a part of every attire for probably at least a year.
10 seconds.
And then I'd probably,
Would you just get it tatted on so you don't have to wear it? Just a straight tat.
I would find different places to put it. I might put it right here on my chest. I might, put it as the emblem on my hat. You never know. But I work too hard for that.
Time's up. There we go. All right. So currently, Ray is now in the lead, 8-5 on this second round. I liked Ray's arguments. Grant, you get 30 seconds to rebuttal. Give it to us.
Yeah, I mean, I get the idea of wanting to wear it and the whole, working your whole life for it. If it's a silver or bronze, though, I don't know that you can. Like, I think I gotta be honest. I know it goes back to what I said before, but I think it's a silver or bronze. You look extra cheesy, being like, "Yeah, this is my third place trophy for the Olympics." That's tough. That's a tough look. I think there's a time window. Like, I think there is a point at which the window expires where it's like, all right, you can only bring it out for special occasions. I don't think you can like go to fucking Burger King and order a sandwich while you're wearing your Olympic gold 3 years after.
Okay. All right. Good. Solid argument. Ray?
I might even wear, if that's my first goal and I have years to go, I might wear that gold medal every day going to practice. Now, see, this is something people don't know. A lot of athletes use certain things as motivation. So maybe I may have to put that on every day to make me feel like, to remind me of how hard it worked, so I can get that second, Olympic gold medal 4 years from now. So you never know. People may use that for different emblems. Sometimes you put that gold medal and make you feel like a superhero, and that may make you train harder, and that reminds you why you got there in the first place. So if it was me, I would probably pull it out a lot more than just once in a while.
All right, Grant, 10 seconds, your closing statement.
Yeah, Ray's gonna pull it out more than once in a while. Jesus Christ, this show's really devolved. Yeah,
he's got to go there. He's got to go there, huh? He's got to go there. Yep. That's
for weeks after, but I think there's a time. I think there's an expiration date, as there is on Time's Up apparently.
Ray, the time's up. Ray.
Here said Ray is on to something. Gold is 1,800, silver is 25, bronze is 8 cents. If I win, I'm wearing that thing every day long. That's probably the most expensive thing I got in my whole wardrobe. So there you go.
Okay.
Single chain even when you're by yourself. Yeah.
I'm gonna. This one I think is a landslide in my opinion for Ray. But let's see what the poll says. The poll's up. The poll is up now. Okay. Listen, I'm going to throw myself back on the screen. Dees, go ahead and throw yourself back on screen. As somebody who my buddy like fabricated a gold medal from the 2012 Olympics in London, and I wore it to Barney's Beanery and got free drinks all night.
Stop.
Is that true?
That's amazing.
100%.
What did you win it in?
Archery.
Oh, of course.
Everybody knows
as
that.
you do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like I was on the dartboard, like, whew, I am an archer. I'm not a dart guy. Free drinks all night. The bartenders, because I was a regular there, the bartenders knew who I was, but nobody else. Everybody's like, oh yeah, and nobody was calling me out on it at all. They're like, hey, we want to get a medal for the Olympian guy. I was in there like USA tracksuit, fake gold medal, but my buddy had it fabricated. It was awesome. So
oddly, I once went to Barney's Beanery I was also a local back in my younger days, and my wife is Canadian, and when we got married, she became an American citizen, and the swearing-in ceremony was in mid-February, and I think we might be the first people of all time to tailgate it at a swearing-in ceremony. It was at the convention center by Staples. We did a full tailgate, like as if we were going to a football game, and that night afterwards, we rolled through just a mess of Americana. I mean, covered head to toe like it was the fucking 4th of July on February 17th, like a Wednesday night. Came rolling in. I recall I walked in the bar and I had a football in my hand and threw it to the bartender mid-bar, and he just caught it like it was normal. Played a game of catch in the bar. That bar's great. Really, really welcoming.
Okay, so Ray ran away with this one. Ray took it. It's all tied up. We have to get to Jerdy, and then we have to get to trivia. We are running behind, behind. So we got to do real quick.
Was this like the guys who split the gold medal?
Yep. It is.
The dudes did it. They did it. They split the gold medal.
Okay, so Matt's back there. Jerdy's back there. We're going to be tied up. We don't have all right, here's what I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Go.
Yes.
Okay? Go.
30 seconds. We're going to stay on screen. We'll stay in the Olympics.
I got to see my clip. Let's go.
Stay in the Olympics. Who throws a farther shot put, Ray Austin or Grant Cohen?
Oh, Ray Austin. But only because that ball is just pure strength and throwing. Okay. If it was a basketball and it required him to actually bounce, dribble, and shoot it somewhere, I win.
Wow.
I would say it would be him if he could hold it with two hands and swing it and wouldn't let it go. His body's so light, it'd be like he just body be like this, and then it would throw it further than I would.
I'd like to see Dees. I'd really like to see if how much further Ray throws a shot put than Grant, and then do a foul shooting contest or like a 3-point.
How heavy are shot? I have no idea. How heavy are shot puts?
14 pounds.
14, 15, 14 pounds.
Yeah.
I think Ray could shot put Grant further than Grant could shot put an actual shot put.
Good stuff.
Yeah, all right, it's possible.
Grant, thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for coming through.
We're gonna do this again soon. We appreciate you, buddy. We're gonna bring in the Dirty dude.
Catching shrapnel. Dirty, say hi.
You know what, dude? I catch shrapnel from you. It goes both ways. I appreciate it.
Party on, boys.
See you later. All right. We got Dirty back there. I believe
one, the only Journey's back there on the road.
Nerdman. There he is. Oh,
what's up, guys?
Sorry for the delay, dude. We apologize on that one.
No worries. Can you hear me okay? Am I good?
You sound great,
good, man.
and we're so glad you're here. We like you so much more than Grant, so I'm so glad that you're here.
Hey, that means a lot.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, talk to us about what's going on.
Yeah,
I'm doing well. I'm on a little family vacay with my fiance and her family up north on a lake for the weekend. But yeah, lately I'm sure you guys saw I had a tryout with the Vikes. Actually, 2 tryouts. One was a Saturday before training camp. You know, nothing happened from it, and then 3 of them were put on waiver or reserve for COVID. So they had me back in for a tryout. Great experience, great opportunity, but obviously a little disappointing that they didn't pick me up and have me on for training camp. But definitely good to get the foot in the door and everything. So that was awesome.
Yeah. What was that phone call like? Yeah.
Well, okay. So it was the first one, the first Vikings tryout, I was like, just throughout this whole football, the year and a half with COVID, so many things have fallen through, whereas I don't believe it until I'm actually there, because there have been so many workouts, just we're going to have you in or whatever. So until I was actually there, they lined it up where the Vikings actually called me, hey, arrive at this time. I was pumped. I was like, all right, let's go. And just in that mindset, I always have to train for it's happening, because you can't just be like, oh, it's not going to happen, just sit on the couch or whatever. So that's easily the hardest part of this whole process, staying ready, hoping for the opportunity. And then boom, it came, and I thought I did well. They ended up signing Dees Westbrook, who was also from the workout the first time. But my agent said that the head coach and Vikings GM were just like, who the hell was that kid? They didn't really know. Yeah, so that was awesome. And that got me, to come back in a week later when they're looking to sign guys. So it was just 0 to 100 real quick, not hearing anything and being like, being the potential of being in training camp, literally the next day if they end up picking up. So
that's what crazy. I tell everybody, Jerdy, man. As a free agent, you always got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? You're not sitting on the couch just waiting. You out having those opportunities, and I'm pretty sure you throwing every day. You going over all those things. You have to do that because you're a phone call away. They just signed that guy. That God bless him, but he can go down with an ankle injury tomorrow. But the fact that you're in Minnesota and they know you're there, man, just keep sharpening your stick, bro, and just keep just be ready when it's time to be ready.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I'm trying to do. And it is the hardest part because since the pro day, the Go for Pro day, I literally didn't hear anything for at least a month and a half, 2 months. Yeah. So, it's kind of defeating, but you just keep working. And if anything, this revamp my commitment and excitement and literally being there in the facility, seeing all the guys, seeing the practice, showing off in front of the coaches. It was pretty cool.
He's got the hair for it. He's got the arm. I mean,
right?
Let's go.
Question.
I know. I'm ready. I'm not cutting it anytime soon.
What you doing? What are you doing, Jerdy? Besides, I know you're throwing. I know you're probably lifting or working out. Give us some of your routine. What are you doing?
Yeah. So I still have a great part-time job for my uncle as a soil engineer, but I also recently picked up producing a podcast. There's a local Twin Cities podcast that's pretty popular, kind of taken off. So they were looking for a producer, applied, just kind of, broadening my skills. At FCF, I learned kind of the content creation, that component of it. And I was like, got it. So that's been fun too. That's been a blast. But yeah, just trying to balance, the football, throwing, training, and then all the part-time jobs. So
yeah.
Dude, legend. You're like, again, I'll bring up Necessary Roughness. You're like Scott Bakula, just a younger Scott Bakula in Necessary Roughness.
It's a great film. I don't know if you've seen it. It's excellent.
It's fantastic.
Jerry, question.
I have not seen it.
Me neither.
should.
But I just tell everybody that
Come
I have.
on. Kathy
Jerry,
Ireland plays the female kicker. It's amazing. All right.
Did you show them? My question about the when they called you when you got the call. Did you send them that video of you throwing that dime and hitting the crossbar?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Did you throw him that? Because I
should have.
Yeah, just be like, I can't make it, but here's how I roll, and just throw him that, and then just.
If you were single, Journey, that'd be your Raya profile video.
Oh my gosh, my Raya profile. For real, I know. I gotta just start carrying that around or having that saved on my phone and just be like, hey, by the way, Jackson Erdman, did you see this? And just
yeah, dude, I got a lot of mileage out of the bomb I threw. I couldn't hit anything at all, but to get the aces that first pick, I've shown that to anybody that will give me the time of day. It's ridiculous.
What's the name of the podcast? I'm sorry. What's the name of the podcast?
Yeah, the name of the podcast is Straight Candid.
Straight Candid.
So two young women running the Twin Cities, just talking about kind of like life in the 20s, navigating health, wellness, relationships, and they're great personalities and very entertaining. So I'm loving it so far.
Dude, I love Minneapolis. I love Minnesota. I'm a big fan.
It's a great spot.
Great town.
It's a great spot. If you ever come, you gotta let me know.
I will for sure.
That should be one of the show names, Straight Candid. Bam.
Straight Candid.
Love it.
Dirty dude, keep throwing that rock, dude. I'm sorry we couldn't have you on. I'm sorry it went a little. The debate went a little long, not shockingly. But we have so much invested in the Dirty man. No matter what you are, I don't care if you're a quarterback. I don't care if you're driving a barge down the Ohio River. We're gonna get you on every time.
100%.
Your time is coming, man. You just you right there, bro. You right there.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate that so much. And no matter how long I'm on, it's always a treat to be on the FCF show. So I appreciate it.
You're the best. Enjoy that vacation, my dude. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep. Thanks for coming
through.
Thanks,
guys. See ya.
Yep.
The Dirty man.
Yeah. He's next up. I guarantee, man. He's definitely gonna be next up, man. He's so close. You can feel it. You can. So close.
Love that dude. Mid vacation, takes a call wherever it is. We just throw up the bat signal. Dirty shows up. It's the best.
Well, I mean, he's with his fiance's family. How fun are they? I mean, I got a wife. Oh man! All right, we got some trivia coming up with the legend that is Matt Batson. Talk about a content creator. One of the more well produced and hilarious videos that was in season 1.0 from Matt Batson, a Wild Aces diehard, an absolute legend. Let's welcome him in. The Batman himself. We put out the bat signal. He showed up. Matt Batson.
Hey, gentlemen! Honor and a pleasure to be on. I have my beverage of choice with me, and I'm excited to fulfill a lifelong dream of being on a Josh Macuga game show. Flattery gets me any points.
Wow. Hey, listen, as the executive producer of, I don't know, I've named myself the host for the foreseeable future. So, thank you, Batson. Good to see you, dude. The hair's looking fantastic.
Thank you.
I love
it just for today. So
yeah, man, I'll tell you what, Dees, I don't know who's got better hair, you with the pompadour or Batson with that 18th century maybe impressionist painter.
I don't think it's even close. Matt runs away with it. It's so good.
All right.
Well, Matt, we know, but I'd love for you to talk a little bit about your vector into fan control football. Like, how did you hear about all this nonsense, and then what was the decision to start creating content?
Yeah.
So it all starts with Greg Miller and Kind of Funny. So years ago, they announced that they buy a football team, which was such a bizarre thing, especially with them being, video game, comic book centric. But as a sports fan, I was so excited about this. And so, they've really fostered a community that, helps content creators and just sort of promotes that style of thing of fans making their own content. So when the FCF came along, I'd been doing those style videos for Kind of Funny for a little bit. I was like, hey, this is so exciting. I'm going to start making Wild Ace videos. And super lucky that the games were taking place, 30 minutes away from me.
That's unbelievable.
So it was just such a blast. And so made some videos on Twitter there, and it just took off.
Huge fans over here, dude. Big fans.
Thank you.
Super entertaining. Listen, I think that Jeff Cannata, 2 N's, 1 T Cannata, was a little he was a little concerned for Greg Miller's safety, like his well-being.
Yes.
In that first thing, and then the
sure.
Glacier Boys tears video came out, and I was like, all right, now if Jon Snow now has his Khaleesi.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
not to call you Khaleesi because you got more of a
I
Jon
would
Snow
gladly
haircut.
be Khaleesi. I mean, like I do a good Jon Snow
Yeah.
too, but you know, I can do the eyebrows. I can do the
Yeah.
Jon Snow eyebrows.
Oh, that's good.
But yep.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
just from here up, I am Jon Snow.
Yeah.
But
Ray-
no, I
Ray
will
knows.
gladly.
He do, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
Ray
man, I
knows.
was like, man, he looked like one of them thrones, man. I
Exactly.
couldn't remember the name though. I couldn't remember which one.
Yeah, Jon Snow. All right, we're gonna bring you back again soon, obviously, dude. And I'm sorry we're like a little crunch for time here, but we're gonna
no
get to
worries.
this trivia. You versus Ray, Jon Snow versus the guy from Karth. Okay, and
Hopefully, we'll both do better
Great
than
pull.
our wing eating competition.
yeah, for sure. Okay, here we go.
Stabs.
First person to 5 wins. Okay, we start with the guest, the bat signal himself, Matt
right.
Batson. Here we go. Question 1: what is the hardest rock? Is it a diamond, Dwayne Johnson, topaz, or quartz?
A lot of directions I can go here. I would guess I got to go with the Rock though. I got to go with Dwayne Johnson.
Ooh, that is incorrect. I'm being told.
Well, you know, debatable. But
Ray, the hardest rock: diamond, quartz, or topaz?
Diamond?
Diamond is correct. Give Ray the.
that was my
point.
second guess.
I like that Matt went with the comedy route
no,
instead.
it's-
I like that.
yeah.
I like that. Appreciate that. All right, question 2. Question 2 to Ray. Which of the following is not a reason for the clock to be stopped in an FCF game? Is it player injury, penalty, rock, paper, scissors, or timeout? The clock not to be stopped.
Clock not to be stopped. Say that one more time.
Clock not to be stopped. We have a player injury, a penalty, rock, paper, scissors, or a timeout.
Penalty.
Is incorrect. Matt Batson. Fourth.
I will say rock, paper, scissors.
That is correct. Give him the points. Rock, paper, scissors. You don't have to stop the clock. There is no clock running at that point.
No.
That was like a trick question or
Trick
something.
question. Listen, I'm
Back to
the
back.
host, not the writer. Banana Leche, Annalise, the one and only, is the one writing the question. I got to tell you, I'm liking this old switcheroo this week. I'm liking this a lot. Okay,
not
Matt
liking
Batson, you're back. Question 3.
right.
Who was featured in the first episode of Road to FCF? Was it Logan, Beware the Ides of Marshy, Slick Nick Williams, James, not the basketball player, Harden, or Tridante Sugar Hill?
It is Tridante Sugar Hill.
That is correct.
Ooh.
Give him the points. 2 to 1.
Laser accuracy.
One.
Crushing. Raymond. Question 4. Name any one member of One Direction. We went full white guy on him. Oh, shit. Woo, this is good. This is good.
Sebastian.
I mean, it sounds close enough. There's gotta be a
Unfortunately, Sebastian
in there.
is a crab. Matt Batson, name any one member of One Direction.
I feel like with my hairstyle, I have to know all of them. I
Sure.
don't. Are first names okay, or do I have to know a full name?
I will give you just.
I'll give you a first name. Yeah.
Okay, Harry, right? There's a
Harry Styles.
There we go. All
There
right.
you go. Harry Styles.
There we
Matt Batson has taken a 3-1 lead over the commissioner.
Let's
Ray
go.
Austin.
Commanding.
There you go. Matt Batson.
Commanding lead.
Matt Batson.
There we
Here we
go.
go.
Yep.
Question 5. Which of the following movies about baseball has Kevin Costner not starred in?
Okay.
Is it For the Love of the Game, Bull Durham, Field of Dreams, or The Rookie?
I know 2 of them for sure that he's in.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think I'm mixing up The Rookie and Rookie of the Year. I will go with Field of Dreams.
What? Okay, that's incorrect.
That's
Wow.
super wrong.
Wow. Matt Batson.
Wow,
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah. Ray Austin, your choice.
To be fair, that is the only one of those I haven't seen.
Okay. Well, you should see it tonight because it's perfect. If you love your dad, you'll love this movie. Okay?
It's better than the season finale of 6 Feet Under. I don't know if you saw that.
Well,
oh yeah, we've all seen that one. I mean,
of course. Ray, it's you, sir.
I would say The Rookie.
The Rookie is correct. Give Ray the point. The Rookie stars Dennis Quaid as the pitcher.
Dennis Quaid, yeah.
Dennis Quaid as a pitcher. All right, we go to Ray. Ray, here we go. Which musical group did the Foo Fighters just release a tribute album for? Is it Led Zeppelin, Nirvana, the Bee Gees, or Guns N' Roses?
Guns N' Roses.
Oh, incorrect. Matt Batson for the
Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees is correct. Yes. The Bee Gees is correct. The poll for the show names is going up in about a minute. Matt Batson up 4-2 as we go. This could be the closeout victory. Matt, which play did Patrick Dees call just about every chance he got in season version 1.0? Was it Big Hoss Toss, Sex Panther, Snakes on a Jet, or Tunnel of Love?
This is a problem because I was rarely watching the stream because I was in the stadium.
Yeah, so true. Oh, that's true. You were there.
And my competitor was right next to Patrick. Okay. I want to say it's Sex Panther.
Sex Panther. The judges say, Matt Batson, your winner. Put up the bat signal.
60% of the time it works every time.
Every time. Yeah, chug those Glacier Boys tears. Jon Snow may know nothing, but Matt Batson knows all the answers. Congratulations on your victory, Matt. We'll give you 20 seconds to really give the people what they've been wanting. A Matt Batson original monologue. Go ahead.
I got nothing. I wasn't expecting to win. This is the first time I've been on the FCF channel and won something. As you may remember, I actually tied with Ray in only eating 2 boneless wings during the wing eating competition. I like to think that this is redemption for me. So,
hey, Matt.
Yeah.
How do you?
Yes, Ray from FCF.
Yes. How do you feel about that last bullshit question they asked you?
How do you feel about all of them?
Good stuff. Dude, Matt, thanks for taking the time. We're going to bring you back soon. Dees, you wanted to say something before we let
I was going to say really quickly, Matt, plug your stuff. Like, where can people find you? Like, they find your content? Where to find you online?
Yeah, you can find me mostly on Twitter at Matt S. Batson and then youtube.com/Matt Batson. You can find all the like Wild Ace News Network videos archived there and some other like fun highlights and stuff I do on the side too.
Fantastic. Love it. You're a legend, dude.
Subscribe.
We're going to bring you back for sure. Don't cut your hair. Don't cut your beard. Your Khaleesi is in the shadows just waiting, my friend. All right, Matt Batson. Crushing it, bud.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Thank you. See you, everybody.
Matt, is that a Batson with a B?
It is. Yeah, Batson with a B.
I was just playing.
I saw the thing in the beginning where it was Benson, and that happens a lot. I was actually hired at my last job as Matt Benson, and the president of the company called me that forever. So,
okay,
right, thanks, guys.
Love it. Matt Benson, Batson, I dig it. The poll is up right now, and it's a runaway. It's a runaway. The winner. Don't call Dees. Don't call Dees. Is the name of our show next week.
Please don't call Dees.
Don't call Dees. A classic snafu in the history of the FCF. Just awesome. So fun.
Fantastic show. Man, that was fantastic.
To Grant,
I put a lot of pressure. Yeah, man, that's a lot of pressure. Yeah, can't be going against the trivia man, Matt, and you got Grant. Like,
that's what you do. You just rise to the occasion, man.
I was gonna say.
I did okay. I wasn't really wasn't on my game today.
Wait till the pressure of Austin v. Austin in Joshua. Set that up. Ray, it's the easiest game on the internet. I give you both answers. You just need one of them.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
Yeah, see? Boom. Patrick Dees, it's always a pleasure to see you, my friend. You are the legend.
Same, my man. Way to step in for Cannata today, man. Just crushed it.
I don't it's hard to step in for a backup wide receiver, but a third string wide receiver can do his best. He really can.
Antioch High's own.
Yeah. I was talking to my brother yesterday, and he's like, it's so funny that you host a show about football and are the worst football player I've ever played with. Like we would be playing backyard football, and Ben was like, "Just stop playing defense. Just stop playing defense. You're just a body in the way at this point. You can't do anything."
And shouts out to your podcast, dude. That was fun today.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah,
we had a good time.
We've gotten everybody on. We got to, I want to get everybody in studio. That's like the dream.
Yes.
Everybody in studio at one point. This is the FCF show today called Hello Nut. Next week, we will be called Don't Call Dees. We're here every single Thursday on Twitch, and you can catch us on Ven as well, twitch.tv/FCF. I'm Josh Macuga. For Patrick Dees, Ray Austin, Annalise back there, Jacob as well. Power to the fans.
Power to the fans.
Power to the fans.